So, setup wise, like I say, is good. Practice with either a ball there, get quite expensive on a range. You keep hitting 50 balls and 25 keep picking up. Maybe put a tee peg there. Very often there's a rubber tee on the mat in there. Just put the ball next to that, and you may not feel it all the time, but you probably hear a clip of the tee peg if you get any kind of contact, okay? But you've got to get that sensation that we said, we're turning nicely in the backswing, which you are doing a lot better now. Your head's staying nice and stable. From here now, I think the feeling feels, you say we get to the top of that backswing position, is that this left hip has got to move this way, while your head is staying kind of in a taller bit. Now, it will drop a smidgen, but the amount yours drops there, I mean, if you're doing that there with a practice swing, it's an awful lot, okay? So you, again, just practice at home up against the wall going this way, just bumping into the wall this way, yeah? And my head might go down a little bit, yes, but you're going and really lunging into that golf ball. And the problem is, if you think from there to that golf ball, we'll just say, I know, there's 1.5 meters, if when you swing back down, you shorten that gap, you've now got to do something to adjust. Now, what you then do is you just tuck your arms in. So you bring your arms into your body, it brings the club back in here, and it brings it a bit narrower. Now, if we look at this shot here now, the actual golf ball you hit, that one there, went off towards the screen there. That was a little on the shot. You had a couple, though, that actually weren't bad golf shots, okay? But this club we can see now outside to the head cover. Oh, sorry. The head cover, we put it back here now, we sort of showcase what that club's doing. We're hitting the head cover. So when we're doing full swings, you couldn't really change, because when you go into full, you go into autopilot. You've got to make some swings there now that maybe just shorter, yeah? Where you're feeling like you're swinging the club more from in this direction. That shoulder is, or the back, should we say, staying back to target for longer. And I think your hips have got to just start moving this way first, and just practice that and do it super slow. Don't be afraid of it as slow as needs be, just to get the move right, yeah? If that means do it as a walkthrough, do it at one, there you go, perfect, yeah. Do it at that speed, and then okay, and then you turn around and go, I can do it at that speed, I'll now go faster, It's like, you ever get, I know, a track day on a Lando field and you get around the cut, that first corner, you're like, this guy go 150 mile an hour, great. You go, I'll just try it at 50 mile an hour, and then we'll go 55, you just go faster till you find the speed you can go at. If you go, well, Lewis Hamilton went around 120 mile an hour, okay, fine, you're going to skid off, aren't you? So find a speed you can do it at comfortably. We've got to get that club working back more on the inside. With all clubs, it's going to be the same relevant thing. So I haven't had any drivers yet today, but it's going to be the same kind of thing with this club and every other club. And I would probably suggest as well, work on more with the irons on the range anyway, just from a confidence perspective, because it's very hard to chip a drive at half speed, yeah? So work on this at half speed. And then I think when you're practicing, spend 30-40 seconds between shots trying to get the feel of that movement you want to try and make, using drills with that wall, or the stanchions between bays or whatever, just to get that feeling what that left hip's going to do. So you're keeping your head up nice and tall.
Is my head dipping now?
A little bit, but not much. I mean, it's going to, be honest, it's going to move a little bit. You're not going to move nothing. It'd almost be impossible to move that way, because there's going to be a bit of energy there. But if you've got this much, if you're collapsing into the golf ball as much as you were in these practice swings, it's going to be very hard. And then what happens when the ball gets there? That movement now is kind of it. So this is actually an okay turn. Part of the reason why, I mean, you think your arms don't really move much there, and your head drops down, that sort of yellow line just beneath your nose there, and then you drop down sort of from your nose from there to that there. So you're dropping down a good few inches in there to there. Well, that's like a split second. I mean, not a lot of time is, and then from there back into it, but now you're just nearer the golf ball, so your arms are going to be able to go. That through the ball there with your arms, much better. But the thing is, in the past, you were obviously moving back away from the ball, and then tucking your arms up. So those two movements of moving away from the ball brought the toe of the club more. Tuck your arms in, brings the toe of the club more. Compensation, dip, finds the middle-ish of the club.
Okay.
But it's 3 arms making it right. And when you make it right, it's lovely. It's a powerless swing, not very much energy, because you're you're moving in and up and down and round and round, rather than using the efficiency of your golf swing. And the path's going to be affected by that, so the shot's not going to be as good. But that's part of the reason why when you make a better turn now and you're staying more centred as you were, and your arms are staying wider, you still have the dip, because that's an instinctive thing to you, which you're going to have to do. You could literally get Imogen or Charlotte to stand there and put the hand on your head like I was doing. And when I put your hand there, you kind of get coming on. Like, what's going on?
Doing that,
just put your hand on your head there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, it'll move a little bit, to be fair. But you're moving kind of like that much. Yeah. Okay. So another good one, if you can use, I mean, reflections are good in front, like a mirror or somewhere. You just stand there, get a good posture, just don't sort of look up this way. Just sort of try and look up to the top of your eyes as you look at the screen, and then just this way. Yeah. Just drill that till to the point where you can't not do it, yeah? Okay, mate.
I'm glad it came.